Good morning. Welcome to today's daily update. Today's date is the 15th of September 2023. We are going to be looking at three instruments: the US dollar index, the DXY, and the euro dollar. Now we are going to align ourselves and see where we are in this trade, and are we ready to come down or not? So we're going to be looking at that. Now, looking at this US dollar index, we have aligned ourselves that this is the first wave and this is the second wave, which is the correction. This is daily time frame, please. And we are seeing that this particular wave had broken this, and broken this to the upside. So there's a break to the upside of this, and this by this wave. Now, this to me has run in 5 waves, and it's about being completed. And what we expect next is at least a 3-wave correction to the downside before we go further up. That is what is expected. And after which we're supposed to turn down. That is what I can see in the immediate. So we have the first wave of this particular, the first wave of this particular structure, or the first structure of this particular wave. You can say the wave to the upside. This has like 5 structures. So the first structure, the second, then here is the middle of the third, and the middle of the third ended here, and we have the fourth wave. And this is seen as the last wave, which is wave 5. And are we done with wave 5? We're going to be seeing the inside of wave 5 to see if we are done completely with wave 5, and at what point would we say that the structure is broken. So we're at this level here, we expect the structure to be broken because this is the internal structure of wave 5 itself. So we have 1 and 2 and a 3, and this, we may have finished the inside or structure of wave 5 here by this ending diagonal here, and this may be the fourth wave, and this may now be the last wave of wave 5, which may have ended. But are we in the last moment? Are we coming down? We are going to see all of that very soon. So let's turn into the 4-hour time frame. We're going to look at all these instruments all together. So let me bring out my drawing so that's, yeah, so 1, 2, that's saying 1, 2. So a break of this structure of the top here, 3 and 4, and inside of a 5, which is the last leg, is what we want to look at very well now. We want to look at this. The last with 5 should be something very into 5 waves. 1, 2, 3, 4. Are we done with 5? So let's look at 1 hour time frame on the US dollar index. Now, this is the last wave here on the US dollar index. So let me give you this again. This is 3 in green, and this is 4 in green here. So we can see 3 in green, this is 4 in green. So this is the last wave now. We are concentrating on this wave. So let's look at the wave. So this is 1, and this is 2, and this is 3. And this is 4. This is 4 here. And we said that this should go up, probably may break the top. And if you remember what we said here, we said if we break the top, we may be coming here. And we said between 1, 2, 3, or 161.8, that is where this thing should turn down. If you take it from here, which is around this area, or if you turn down to 50, it shouldn't be more than that. So looking at 50, we said it shouldn't be more than that. So of course, this didn't walk into the blue box, but again, it's not just that you have a blue box, you must be looking at the structure you are looking at. Structure itself is very important. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, which is correct. Then we have to count the last wave of this 5 also in blue in 5 waves to complete it. So, and that was what we saw during the week. What we saw during the week, this gave us like a 1. This gives us like a 1. In fact, a 1 may have finished here. This may also have been a 2, but since it didn't create a lower or higher low here, so we might still take this as a 1 and as a 2. As a 1 and it's a 2. Now looking at what we are seeing here, this looks like breaking up this place. This looks like a 3, and this looks like a 4 here. Looking at this ending diagonal here, if you look at the lower time frame, we will see it better. So it looks like this is 3 and 5 of 3 here. So it looks like 5 is ended here. Now, what are we seeing here? What we are seeing here might be the beginning of a correction, or that the whole of this movement just did 1, 2, 3, and that this is a 4. Now, at what point are we going to say, because this one is giving us a truncated 5 here, because this could actually have been a 3 here, a 4 and a truncated 5, and we are seeing a new structure. But anyhow we look at it, because this had given us a format of, a correction of 4 here, which is correct for 4 to this point. So we're going to look at the possibility of this being a new wave or being a 4 to this particular structure here. 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, a 3, and this 4 might be coming here. And in that case, we might have one more leg to the upside before we could turn down. But again, these are levels at the height of 3, because at least we are sure that 3 is completed. So at the height of 3, that is where we should be looking for our order, really. And if you have a 4, 5 also always can be truncated. So now, what we are going to do is we are anticipating one more leg to the upside, but which may not come because it may have been completed here. The 4 of 3 may just do this, and we may just have 5 completed, and we are changing direction. So, but how do we align ourselves? So what we're going to do now is to come here from these 2 and pick this as a possible, the end of wave 3 of that. If 3 is not here, let's assume it is here. So where we must not break now, once we break, then we can say that we are coming to the downside. Already our order is being triggered, so this is 50. So once we break this, then we should be turning to the downside for a bigger correction. So which might mean that the 4th here, we might be expecting it at least around this place now. So are we going to be seeing a move? So if this is completed, this is the first structure we have to break now. We have to break this first. Once we break this and we break this, then we should know that that's signal that we are coming down. So we may be coming down, we may be coming down. So we are seeing that already. And if you look at this and we say, okay, 5 is completed here, could this be a 1 and a 2? That's another thing. So if you go inside of a 15 minutes time frame, there are things we don't really call, which we have to be very careful calling those. So I still believe that this is like It might even tick like it. So this is, so it's almost ticking like that. It looks more like a 3, a 4, and a 5 of 3. So, but the wave coming down, we put things in clearer perspective. You know, if we are going to break down here, then we will know. So it's either we have the last 4 of the old structure almost in the making, and we're going to run up again from whatever this one gives us. So, but where do we expect to not break now if that happens? Where we don't expect to now break, if that happens, will now be that the place that is likely going to go to, if we have it, you know, is from the edge of the turn, but at least from here, we may be coming right here between this place and this place, or at most, these things looks like it's not going to enter the blue box at all, or here. So it looks so much that it's not going to enter blue box at all. So if we turn up again, this is the area we should turn down. So on the, but it's looking like as if it's completed. If it's completed, we need to see that in the next 4-8 hours. We need to see what happens here, because it may turn out to be a breaking downside. Now let's look at the DXY. I'll soon be finishing this. Let's look at the daily time frame. On the DXY, it's pretty much the same. You know, we have been noticing the momentum loss here. So, you know, everything is dragging down. So we are done. So we should be coming down. So now for DXY, of course, we are broken this structure here. Of course, we didn't have a break of this one. So it's not, we're not expected to break this actually. So we expected to break, so we had a clear breakout of this structure. So, and if we turn to our 1 hour also, 1 hour, so we can see that we had this move to the upside, because we you know, we were correcting this and we thought probably price may still break down here. If that has happened, that probably would have nullified this one, that this is not a fall. So, but price didn't break. So we had this surge of the last momentum to the upside. And clearly on DXY, you know, we can see that this looks like a 1 and a 2. And this wave looks clearly like a 3, you know. And we may have finished with 3 here. And this may have been a 3 of 3, a 4 of 3, and the last 5 of 3. Or that we are seeing a truncation here and we want to do a 4. So we are going to watch also this. So where do we have to break before we say we are done with this structure? This is the area, this is the structure we have to break here. But the way and manner, of course, we did the other one. So we have to look at here from 2 to the end here. So this is where to look for our sell here. So, but once we breach this area, so once we breach this area, we are properly in that cell of a correction. So that's the area. So once we breach this area, we are properly in that cell of a correction. So, and that may push 4 of this a bit down here. So we need to see if we have one more leg to go to the upside. This is at the level that we will see it, to have probably do that one small micro leg to the upside. So otherwise, it's matured to fall from here. Otherwise, it's matured to fall from here. So we may begin to see a fall from here. And if we have a reaction to the upside here, so we may just be going up one more time. And the maximum place, if that happens, we don't need to, exit. We just have to look for a place to put in our stop loss. So if that happens, it may just be that we are not going to break the limit here. So we'll be looking at between 141, 1.14, and 1.414 and 123, 127 at where price is going to turn down. So, but price may continue to run down. So we need to see this. The least we can see this for now is a fall of this entire run here, a fall of this entire run, and a one more, wave to the upside before we turn down. But it's as good as we are done to come down. So we must know this. Let's now go to Euro USD. Euro USD, it's similar to DXY. Euro USD, very similar to DXY. So I'm finishing in very soon. So let me go to where the instrument I've labeled without wasting my time. So on the 1 hour, the same way. On the 1 hour, let's allow it load. So on the 1 hour, of course, we didn't break the limit of 4 here, 3 to 4, and we see this as the last. So here we can see that we've done a 1 and a 2, and that this is 3 here, probably a correction of 4 around this area. Going inside of that structure on the 15 minutes time frame. So you might be seeing this as a 1 and a 2 of 3, and a 3 of 3 here, a 4 of 3, and the last wave 5 of that 3, it's probably here. And so how do we see that? We see that this went up in 3 waves to correct. This is 1, 2, and a 3 to correct that 4. And if this is the ending diagonal of the last 5, we are going to see this. I want you to really see it. Let me make you see it. Let's go inside of a 5 minutes time frame. Let's go inside of a 5 minutes time frame. Then, and let's zoom. Good. So let's look at it. So now this is 1, this is 2 of 3, and this is 3 of 3, and this 4 did 4 waves, 3 waves. We have from here a 1, a 2, and this one ran like 5 waves, this C. So this is A, B, and a C. So if you go inside the 1 minute time frame, you may see this one as the 5 wave structure to the upside, like a zigzag, A, B, and a C. And now with 5 of 3, this is 1, this is 2, and this is 3 here. And we are expecting that we should be seeing a 4, around this area. Because if we got reaction here, the 4th should be around this area from 2 to 4. So this is the limit of 2 here, and this is limit of 5 here. So if we do 161.8, sorry, 30 or 50 retracement to the upside from here, this is where we expect at least that, and a 50 is where we see this red here. A 50 is where we see this red here. So even crossing to 61.8 here, where at the limit of this 1 is suggestive of a break of structure to the upside. So far, we may be seeing this move just like we saw with GXY and US dollar index, we may be seeing this as a potential with 4 to the upside. So we may be seeing this as a potential with 4 to the upside until we break that structure. Until we break this structure, But based on the internal construction of this particular wave to the downside, we felt this will be the first target of a break. And around this area, once we break up, it's telling us clearly that we are in a new wave. But again, on the time frame, the 1 hour time frame here to the downside, if we want to actually pick at what level we should be sure of that we are going up, it should be from these 2 here to the 3. So, and we're saying that looking at the structure of 3 itself, we know breaking here, maybe giving us a sign that we are so this will be 38 here. But I don't think price will pull deep here. That will be then this area breaking the structure of 4 here, will mark the end of a down movement. But based on the structure of the 3 here, once we break above here, we might say that this all of 3 wave is ended. And this is like probably, might be a 4 of 3 and probably a 1 more move, push to the downside to finish 5 of 3. And if it gives us that way and it's not completed, it's not like 3, 4 here, and this is not 5, the 5th of this wave is not completed as the 3, 5. So, but when it's completed, we may be seeing at least a 4 around this area for 1 more push to the downside. So let's just wait more patiently. We may be having a wave to the upside and 1 more wave to the downside before we turn up. And this may also continue to grow into a bigger wave and the beginning of the move. So let me just end here. Sorry, before I end, I need to talk about where we should be expecting our stop loss at least on the euro dollar. So if we are saying that we are having that move from here, and this is potentially a break of 4, and if price may move, so taking this as 50% retracement, and if price is still going to go 1 more down, so we are saying that, so because you should know, you should see that here. Potentially, this is where we think the stop loss can be, which is at 1.05921, which is quite a bit high or higher than the level I gave at 0.5800. So we will still be covered. We'll still be covered. If it's going to break below here and get to this point, we'll know from any reaction we get around this area. So let me just end now.